Hello, everybody. How are you? Here we are at a second week into a brand new year. Can you believe it? This is Sasha Sabbath of EntrepreneurSoulCoach.com and EntrepreneurSoulCoach.com/membership.html. Hi, everybody. Howard, how wonderful to see you. My goodness. Let me tell you what this is all about, this Facebook Live. It was a last minute decision as my intuition kicked in and said, you know what? This is your birthday week. Yeah, my birthday is January 23rd. And I wanted to offer an entire week of bringing you tips and also having various programs, private sessions, group coaching, etc., offers at special birthday celebration pricing. And here's the thing, the new year has begun at that December 31st mark. Many of us are looking at what in the world are we going to do so that we have what it is we want in 2019, leaving what we don't want in 2018, taking a deep breath, reevaluating ourselves, assessing exactly who and what we want to be and what we want to accomplish, what we want to experience, what we want changed in 2019. And now all the buzz is gone, we are facing the music. We have listed our resolutions. Hopefully many of you have brought on board the professionals and the resources that you really want to have support you in the areas where you know you need support so that you can create a successful life. And successful life, I mean, my standards, those who know me, means that you are a light leader, meaning that your success, your missions, your causes, the things that you do with others and for yourself are directly linked to your spiritual connection, your sense of mission, your sense of destiny, your sense of whatever it is in your heart of hearts is your sole purpose in this lifetime. Now, at this juncture, we know that if we do not have a really keen sense of motivation and why behind everything, then we may not be able to continue with the momentum and the high intention that we had when we first started at the beginning of the year, at that pivotal razor's edge moment where December 31st slipped into January 1st. So I'm here to say to you that I would like to help. My entire birthday week is all about you taking a really good look at what are you ready to know the truth about? Really know the truth. What are the undercoverings, the underbelly, the hidden true variables, criteria, the things that are gurgling below the surface of your awareness that you really want to get a grab hold on and say, this is what's going on. This is what is keeping me from what it is I want to feel, what it is I want to know, what it is I want to have, what it is that I want to experience in my life. This is it. Underneath the surface, this is it. And then what happens is you want to know, well, how am I going to implement what I know? Or if you don't know, how am I going to find out what it is that I don't know so that I can really take control of my life and just make things happen? Why I wanted to do this birthday week and my tips that I'm going to be starting tomorrow for an entire week. That means today, Sunday, January 20th, all the way through to next Sunday. My intention is to give you that extra virtual hug where you are able to feel the light of your spiritual connection, of your spirit guides, of your soul, of your imagination, where you have the courage, where you take charge of your time, you take charge of your relationships, you become more conscious and aware of your resources, and you make astute decisions about what you need to do to get yourself from where you are now to where you want to be. The other aspect of being a light leader is, yes, you are governed by your soul. Yes, you are courageous enough and clear enough to know what your mission and your purpose are and your message. However, there is another element to being a light leader. And this is something that I personally have learned keenly through the grace of God, really. And this is a religion-free zone, by the way, everybody. Through the grace of God, what it is to be a light leader is to shine the light on the darkness. Now, what that means is that those areas of our lives, the things that we're observing in the country, in the world, in ourselves, is the darkness coming forward so that you are able to recognize it, decide who you are going to be in the matter. What skills do you need? What mental mindsets do you need? What belief systems do you need? What do you need? The truth is that you may not know what you need until you know the truth of what is going on. And so even though you may think you know the reason for something, or you know the undercover motivations of something that's taking place, there may indeed be something even deeper. And for those of you who are truly seeking that kingpin, that domino that once flipped, it will just line everything up. For those of you who are looking for an answer to bring you greater peace, then I'm here for you. Yep, I am. Now, here's a little bit about me. I got into everything that I'm doing right now. I'm a visionary, a healer, a soul purpose strategist, a mentor for entrepreneurs and mission-driven community contributors. That's a lot of words, it's a lot of titles, but basically what it is I do is I help people identify the blocks that are stopping them or slowing them down and robbing them of their clarity, robbing them of their resources to manage themselves, to create the life they want, the more money life, the more love life, the more health life, the better positioning in your business life, getting to understand what it is that you really want to do about the things you're seeing in the country and the world, where you want to figure out how to balance your personal life, where you need to have your career, you need to have your income sources, and at the same time, it may be different from what you want to do as a mission, as a hobby, to help with what you see is going on around you. There is a way to do all of the above, and it takes crucial, facing the reality and the truth of what your capacities are, what your boundaries are, what you really believe, the courage to really own what you believe, and also the skill to process all the emotions that are coming up, especially at this time in our country, in the world, in the news. We are living in an exponential spiritual awakening, spiritual expansion. And for those of us who don't know how to bring the best of us forward in the face of pressure and stress, we have to learn. And I have been doing that this entire last year, and I want to share with you the things that I have learned. So where I want to go now is to tell you about a couple of people I've worked with, so you can get a feeling for what it is that I do and what it is that I am up to and what it is I want for you. And I hope that you'll see yourself in some of these stories. So here it is. Let's say you're very intuitive already. You're very sensitive already. However, you notice that you are just not throwing off other people's energy well enough. You find that the things that are happening around you are throwing you off balance. And it makes you feel a little disoriented. It makes you wonder, what in the world am I doing here? What can I do in this situation? I have a client who was facing that. And the truth of the matter is that on top of it, she was dealing with some self-image weaknesses where growing up, she just didn't have the support that she needed to be able to just be who she was. Instead, she became a really strong people pleaser, and she backed down on lots of different opportunities. She just didn't let herself shine. We started working. Now she is out there developing her public speaking business. She is loving the fact that she realized that her purpose is to bring light and education to people. She's funny. She does her Facebook Lives, and she's hysterical as far as I'm concerned. But the important thing is she's free. She's free to be who she is. So that's more of an inner plane, self-image transformation. Then I have another client, and his situation was very physical based. What it is that I do is I work with spirit teams. I work with specialists in the spirit world who are here to help me, to help you, mentor you in your business development, if that's what it is we're working on, help you in your physical health, if that's what we're working on, help you in balancing your self-image with who you need to be to have what you want, if that's the kind of specialists in the spirit world we need. So I'm giving you that as just an overview. So now I'm going to tell you the story. This particular man had a stroke. This is a very high-powered man, very strong in his own soul force, and very clear about how he will and will not be treated. So this man had a stroke and had to go to the hospital. He had one side of his body completely shut down and paralyzed, and he contacted me. And I taught him how to connect with a certain spirit team that are expert healers and master teachers. And I also worked on him long distance. So it was a combination of him working on himself and me working on him long distance. And I am not exaggerating. Within 30 to 40 minutes, his entire body was brought back and became fully functional. It was a study for his physicians. His physicians brought in their students. They saw the case study of this situation, and on they went from there. That's more of a physical plane, healing story. Then I have another client who, let's see how I want to talk about this. I also communicate with the spirit world, and that includes animals, other species. And in this particular situation, there was a high risk scenario taking place where lives were at stake. And I'm choosing my words very carefully here. So it isn't that I don't know what to say. It's I'm choosing how to say it. Lives were at risk, and I was working with some sort of like law enforcement type of organizational people. And there were some problems in finding areas of danger. And this particular person had just recently lost a member of their fur child family, a dog. And that dog came to me in the spirit world and pointed out locations, items, timing of things that had to be identified in the pressure of real-time, fast-paced danger. And because I was able to communicate with this precious animal, I was able to communicate this to my client, and people were identified, dangerous situations were exposed, and the moral of the story is the good guys won. The light won. So I'm telling you this because I want you to see yourself in all of this. I want you to see that you are able to identify what it is that you need and what it is that you want to find out about. So let's go to another client. This client is a woman who had a really strong sense of mission. I met her many years ago. She attended an event where I had a vendor table, And she just, picked up on me. And so we got to talking at my vendor table. And the bottom line is, with her, there were several different issues at play. She wasn't really clear about the value of the services that she wanted to bring out. She was having challenges in her marriage, and she wanted to make money in her business. And she had a very, what shall I say, insecure self-image, lacking confidence, partly because at the time the relationship with her partner was not very nurturing, and she lacked the clarity of what it was she really felt she could bring out in terms of services and offers. She did have a sense of the message that she wanted to bring out in public speaking. And we got to work. We had healing sessions where I brought in the spirit guides. I taught her how to link up with this spirit team. She took many classes with me. She worked with me year after year after year in various mentoring and healing packages. And now she is out there doing her best kinds of signature talks that really come from her heart, that really come from her soul, and that really give her a sense of being on purpose. She has tremendous courage. She goes into the world of being an entrepreneur and being a business owner, and she just learns and handles the process of what it takes to be a business owner, which is no easy deal for those of you who have your own businesses at this time. It takes a lot of tenacity and courage and believing in yourself and investing in yourself. And she's done that, and she is making money. She has a wonderful relationship with her partner now and her children. She has a beautiful sense of balancing her personal life with her professional life. People come to her as a go-to person in her particular industry. And so that is success. Now let's talk about straight up money. I had another client who has her own business, and basically she was really struggling financially. She wanted to become more confident and get more skill in contacting her intuition, knowing when to trust her intuition, knowing how to decode her intuition. And at that time, her financial struggles were sometimes she had to borrow money from people because she just wasn't making ends meet. And she spent a lot of time with me as well, in private sessions. I don't think she took any courses with me. But in our private sessions, I taught her her toolkit of how to run energy as a sensitive, because she is very sensitive, how to know what energies are hers and what energies she's picked up from other people, and how to release energies that she picked up from other people. And she also needed to realize she had to delegate. She had to get a project manager. She had to get somebody who interfaced more with the public so she could free up herself to do what it is that she really does best, which was to be the idea person, to be the one that maybe went out and got the big clients that she wanted, and so on like that. She was the one that was like the specialized person that shows up. And she hired her staff to do the admin and all of the background steps that were eating up her time. She did a phenomenal job, and she very quickly was earning her $10,000 a month that she wanted and beyond. And now she is married to a man who is a very high-powered entrepreneur himself, and the two have a marriage made in heaven as far as I'm concerned. So that's another story. And I can go on and on and on like that. I do have one specialized story of a client whose partner died, and she never really got a chance to tell him the things that she wanted to tell him. And you know what that must be like. I mean, it's a sense of, oh gosh, it's a sense of loss and regret and remorse and feeling incomplete and feeling like the important messages were never conveyed. And so I contacted her partner in the spirit world, and I was able to communicate his thoughts to her and her thoughts to him. And it was very sacred. It was very powerful. It was very poignant. And she did have a sense of closure. Then I have other clients on the lighter side of more just strictly business who just want to know the right priority, the right sequencing of how to do the various projects that a business might require, all the wonderful creative ideas and downloads that come in from our higher creative spiritual realms, what I call bringing heaven to earth, where it can be overwhelming. Like, what do I do first? How do I choose this? How do I choose that? Is this the right usage for my money? I've got all these digital programs that I've invested in and I'm not using any of them. And I need help because I should be using them. I should know what to do with all these investments that I've already had. I mean, do any of you resonate with that? And so she hired me, and we set up a really gentle, following her own rhythm. That's my cat coming here. Following her own rhythm, so that it wasn't another to-do, which made her shut down. Excuse me. I learned my lesson in my last Facebook Live. Now I have a glass of water, so excuse me a second. You may see my cat in a minute. No, sweetie, stay there, sweetheart. And so what happened with her was that we set up a gentle, yikes. Sorry. Oh, gosh, I don't know what to do. We set up a very gentle type of system for her where the whole thing was based on her own soul rhythm. There were no shoulds. Yes, we definitely pursued goals and we pursued what was time sensitive. However, the key was her learning how to get information from her own intuition so that she had a sense of inspired action. And maybe a lot of you know what I'm talking about here. And so that brought her vibration up, where she had the joy of being in business. She had the excitement of being in business. She was able to take all this information that she had stored on her, what I call her virtual shelf of digital products. And we broke them down so that she started using what she had and be able to implement them at just the right time in the right way. And her results were, she's happy as opposed to stressed out and waking up with anxiety. Maybe some of you can relate to that. She's making the kind of money that she wants to make. She's working with joint venture partners in the way that she wants to. And basically, you know, her business is unfolding in a really organic, beautiful way. So I wanted to give you a few examples of the kinds of people that I help. And now I want to help you. So ask yourself this question. What is it that I really want to know the truth about? What is it that is eluding you? What is it that you know what to do, but you're just not doing it? What is it that has you feel like you're kind of going in circles and you really need to get either a structure or an insight or a resolution, or you need to let go of something in your life, or you need to add in something in your life? Or you want to have some really psychic, intuitive, inspired guidance on your business or your community mission projects. You know, maybe it's not a business where you're being paid, but maybe you've got a heartfelt passion project that you really want to have influence and impact in, and you want to know what is your secret sauce. What is it that's going to bring you forward as a needed, valued contributor to that cause? If any of those appeal to you, those kinds of questions, then let's talk, because this is the week where, here we go. This is the week where my birthday celebration pricing is really attractive. And I have one-on-one packages. I have a mastermind coming up. And I have lots of different ways that we can work together. Now, for those of you who want to get a taste of what I do, I would suggest that you look in this post here on Facebook and go to the Light Leader Power for Success and Mission Impact. Fill out those entrance questions and then hop on over to that left-hand side of the page and look for the menu that says Units. Go into the Units menu and then scroll around and look at all the different trainings that I've offered, the various Facebook Lives that I offered, and you'll have a really good sense of whether or not this kind of information is something that you're ready for. Because what I do is I teach you psychic intuitive exercises and techniques to take you wherever you currently are in your skill base to the next level. I also teach you how to direct energy, how to infuse objects and objectives and goals and yourself with divine energy, so that you keep raising your vibration, which allows you to have more of a seamless connection between communication with your soul, intuition, spirit guides, and your conscious mind. I also teach you how to identify and clarify and embellish what is your soul purpose in this lifetime, and what kind of mission does your soul purpose want you to start becoming much more involved with, and how. So those are the three triad toolkits that I work with: intuition, energy, and soul purpose. And those trainings in the Light Leader group will give you a really good idea, and it will catalyze in you. It'll stir something in you. And if now isn't the right time, great. But at least we'll be connected and we can stay in touch. The other is if you know, yes, you know, this is your time that God, your soul groups, your spirit guides said, listen to this woman. It was no mistake that you found this Facebook Live at this time. For those of you who fit into that category, in the post there is a link to a SurveyMonkey application. And it is going to be a complimentary soul expansion, soul activation talk that we can have. And the results of that will be, you will come away with an understanding of how to handle one of your biggest main blocks. We'll talk about where you want to go in your life, what's holding you back, and I'll make some suggestions. And if it's appropriate, some of the suggestions might be to include us working together. This kind of conversation is definitely predicated by you filling out that survey. And I really, you can imagine, I have to choose people that are highly motivated. If you're not quite sure about wanting to talk to me, then just go into the Light Leader group and just take your time. Tell your friends. But the important thing is for me to give you an understanding of what's happening in the world right now and how important you are. I say that if you found me in this Facebook Live, that you are a light leader. A light leader is someone who is not afraid of the darkness. A light leader is somebody who will connect to your soul and your spirit guides and your highest values. And you will find a way to stand up, speak up, stand out, and do what you need to do to be true to your truth, to identify your truth, to go into those invisible realms and be given from your spirit guides, your soul, your higher self, information that is desperately needed in your here and now. It could be in your business. You could be right smack in the middle of a client enrollment conversation, and for some reason you freeze. You don't quite know what to say, but you know that you can help this potential client. You call on your spirit team. You call on the fact that you are a light leader and that what you have to bring to the party for that person is important. So you bring a knowing, you bring a self-love, you bring a humble understanding that you are here for a purpose and that you can help that person. And if we're talking about a mission that has nothing to do necessarily with a job or career, let's say you're dealing with a very high risk, high intensity, intense emotional or psychological cause. It could be animal advocacy. Could be politically based. It could be a health matter, whatever it is, but you want to bring your A game to this matter. And you are facing insecurities. You feel that you don't have the confidence. Who am I to say something about X, Y, and Z? That's when you need to go into your light. You need to know how to bring your light to your own darkness. You need to know how to transform yourself, but you need to know what to transform and how. Let me help you. So that's it really, everybody. This entire week is going to be dedicated to me offering tips. We're going to start tomorrow at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time in the Light Leader group. These tips are they're going to address those 3 triad powers that you hold: intuition, energy, and soul purpose. And we're also going to talk about you bringing more of your mission out into the world. Each day I'll give you a little exercise, and that's going to be your focus for the day. And then you can come back the next day. I'll set up some posts so you can put your feedback in there. Depending upon who shows up, I may also do a Q&A where you'll write your questions in the thread and I'll answer them. We'll see. Just come. Just show up. Spirit will guide us. I think that's it. If you have any questions for me, you can email me at info@entrepreneursoulcoach.com. If you want to talk to me, then go ahead and fill out that SurveyMonkey application link that's in the post. If you want to take a look at some of the education trainings that I have, let's have you come over to the Light Leader group. Also come visit my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Sasha Sabbath. And the final thing that I want to say is this: you can have what you want. It may take some doing. And all that I really want for you is to hold on to that dream. Want it with all your heart. Do not be afraid of the darkness within you. Face it lovingly, because whoever and wherever you've been up until your birth in this lifetime to who you are today are all part of your soul purpose journey. So love yourself, have compassion, be patient, but take action. You got to do that. And the other thing that I want to say is that my website is under construction, so the older version is still published. Come visit that. There's a lot of information in there, a lot of testimonies, a lot of case studies. So you can go there at entrepreneursoulcoach.com. And just be patient, because there's a lot of activity on that website, and it is being reorganized so that there's more of a flow, there's more of an ease to finding different pieces of information. Welcome to your 2019, everybody. We are going to have a phenomenal year because 2018 was a shakeup year. 2019 is a soul expansion, I'm going to have what I want year. That's my opinion. I'm not consulting any astrological anything. I'm just telling you that's my intention, and I want that for you. I want money for you. I want health for you. I want love for you. I want wisdom for you. I want ease for you. I want grace for you. I want you and your soul to get closer and closer and closer, because that's what this lifetime is all about. You bringing heaven to earth, which means you bringing your soul through your human existence out into the world for you to have a wonderful human journey and to uplift the lives you touch. On that note, I send you my love. Bye for now.